entertainmentbuddha.com.
Hey now everyone, Matt Haywood here from entertainmentbuddha.com, and I'm back to do another Easter egg and franchise reference breakdown for the latest episode of Star Wars Resistance, which was titled The Children of Tehar. So there were a few Easter eggs in here and also a few franchise references, but nothing that amazing. Not like last week where we got some great references from the original trilogy. But as has been the case with every episode so far, Star Wars Resistance, there have been little eggs and nuggets of goodness from the previous franchises that existed before Resistance. So let's go ahead and break those down for the Children of Tehar episode. Alright, so the first Easter egg in this episode comes, big surprise, when Kaz rolls over to Aunt Z's. It seems like Aunt Z's bar is going to be the place to get a lot of Easter eggs and references for the previously existing Star Wars franchises in Resistance. So anyways, when Kaz goes here to get a drink to cool down, as you can see, he's seated next to a guy who is wearing a uniform that looks very similar to what the Rebels wore on Hoth or what they wore during the Battle of Scarif. I mean, it's got that kind of quilty looking ear pads, you got the goggles on the hat, so on and so forth. So it may be a reach, but if you look at again what it looks like on Hoth as well as what the Rebels wore on Scarif, you could definitely draw the conclusion that this dude was wearing a very similar uniform. Hey, we're not done with Aunt Z's bar giving out some little Easter eggs yet, because as you can see over Kaz's right shoulder there, she has more helmets from the original trilogy era. This one kind of looks like a heavy trooper, a super trooper, like that rounded stormtrooper helmet that never really saw the light of day in live action, but kind of got some play in the EU, so on and so forth. So again, Aunt Z, like I said, I think we're going to get little nuggets of goodness, Easter eggs, or reference type of stuff anytime Kaz rolls into her place. Alright, so the next one I'd call more of a reference. As you can see here, this alien is a Solistan from Solist, and he looks just like Nien Nunb. That's right, Nien Nunb from Return of the Jedi, and again in The Force Awakens. Like I said, I wouldn't call this one an Easter egg. This is more just a reference, like, hey, you remember this guy? Remember these aliens? Remember Nien Nunb and his heroics at the Battle of Endor and during the space battle, so on and so forth. So it was cool to see this, just his species being represented in this show. And the next moment I'd also call a reference, and again, this could be cheap. I was kind of grasping at straws in this episode because there wasn't a ton of great Easter eggs. They're more kind of casual references. But in this one, so throughout this episode, we know that the First Order's involved, and they're talking to Captain Doza, and lo and behold, he contacts Captain Phasma, and they have a little talk. So it's nice to see her, but really the reason this makes this list, it's more of a reference, but you get to hear Gwendolyn Christie, the actual actress that plays Captain Phasma in the live-action versions of Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, voice her character in this show. So that's pretty cool that they got the main cast. Again, Oscar Isaacs is back for Poe, so on and so forth. So pretty cool to see her in action and talking in Resistance. Alright, so maybe this video should have just been a breakdown of some of the references made in this episode, because it was lacking in Easter eggs. Because even this one, this is when Kaz is talking with the runaway children. He's asking why they ran away, and they reveal that they ran away because this guy named Kylo Ren, that's right, first time we get his name uttered in Resistance, so that's why it's made the list. But anyways, they also mentioned he arrived on their planet Tehar and basically wiped everyone out. They're the only ones that got off the planet. But they mentioned that he had a laser sword like the old Jedi stories. So here we go. Now we're starting to get some action. Now we're starting to get some, I guess that could be called an Easter egg, but I'm sticking with a reference. Either way, we got Kylo Ren mentioned for the first time, and the fact that these kids are talking about old Jedi stories and laser swords, so on and so forth. To the hell with definitions. I'm going with this next one being an Easter egg, and that's because, well, look. It's Kylo's command ship. That's right. We see it zip down to the Colossus, but unfortunately Kylo was not on it. But we did get to see Commander Pyre, who is the First Order trooper that wears all golden armor. Didn't really learn much about him except that he's definitely an important trooper. He's not just a regular grunt type of guy. But for some reason, he was rolling in Kylo's command ship as he went to investigate the escaped children on the Colossus. Alright, and the final scene of note in the Children of Tehar episode of Star Wars Resistance is Hello, Asti! That's right, Hello Nasty, the pilot from Star Wars The Force Awakens that JJ named after his favorite band, the Beastie Boys. It's one of their songs, Hello Nasty. It's Hello Asti, that's his name. Anyways, why was he in here? Well, Kaz was calling to report what he learned about the First Order and the kids in Tehar to Poe, but Poe wasn't around, so Elo is now handling Kaz. So it was good to see this guy. Rest in peace, Elo. I believe he does die during the battle at Starkiller Base, but it was cool to see him again. So that's it for the Star Wars Resistance, the Children of Tehar Easter egg and reference breakdown. As I said throughout the video, definitely more references in this episode, but overall still a good episode. Definitely had some nods to the new and the old Star Wars lore and franchises, so can't complain. Make sure to check out our recap and review of the episode, which should be up on YouTube later today, or if you're not watching this today, it'll already be up there because that's how time travel works. Alright people, Matt Haywood here, signing off for EntertainmentBuddha.com, where we make you a better geek. Star Wars geek, that is, one post at a time.
EntertainmentBuddha.com